hell yeah, man. That was the first one that had the minor league system in there. He got it, yeah. That's what, you know what though, man? That's what I love about MLB The Show. They took every aspect of all baseball games and learned from it and made it into their game. And they took a lot of high heat shit too, which I love. What? Yep. Play all my games, yep. That's supposed to be in the new one this year. That's what's supposed to happen in MLB The Show this year, where they're going to be what? Yeah, you play. But they were just saying that. Yeah, like this year they're supposed to have a single, double, and triple with the actual players, supposedly. Yeah, they did. They had single A, double A, triple A. Well, wait a minute. Didn't they come out with college too? Didn't they have that? Change your uniform, Ryan. Oh, this boy didn't change his uniform. Oh man, you can get that. Hey, you know you can get that on PS4 now. Man, 02 is Marshall. Eddie George is 01. Dante Culpepper. Then Marshall was 03. Marshall was 03. I forgot. Nah. Oh God. Wow. What a disappointment. God, he was. I thought of him big. Oh, I couldn't even tell you no. Chris Winkie? Chris Winkie, yep. Because that was after they beat that. Because that was the year after they beat what's the name? After they beat Michael Vick. Hey, hold on, my wife is calling me. Hold on. Hey, baby.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium.
Great.
Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys.
Looking at some stuff changes the format of the football season next year.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
It's the networks and sports.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touch.
Yeah. Well, they have to vote on it. The owners vote on it, 32-0 on it. So they're going to take away, there's going to be 3 preseason games instead of 4. And then they're going to add 1 more game and add 2 more teams to the playoffs. The players is really not liking it. Well, they get more money, yeah, but they can get more out. Well, the other thing that they're worried about is if they ask for 17, what's going to stop them from asking for 18? So, yeah. So where are you about to go get your shoes at? What was up? Oh no, I had to come talk to my wife real quick. I don't know why I'm doing that. I got it on pause. Yeah. Yep. Got it. All right, man. Wait. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. That's right. All right. Yeah.
Now the man from UTEP. This is Aaron Jones. There's a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bobbled out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
58, right over there. Mike, 58, right there.
Watson now to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And some room to run now. Now he'll be just a yard or two shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. And it was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete.
What are you doing, 26?
3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here you go, Ryan, doing that gay shit. Always got to do the gay shit.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's picked. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, you just missed your block fullback. That's you, White. Come on, White.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. They complete it to Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now.
Oh, come on, man. His back was turned, dude. That's some bullshit. His back is turned. He can't turn around and catch that ball like that. That's some gay-ass shit right there.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Shit.
Each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember,
that is some bullshit.
They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Pick up about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 31, Watson. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Ooh.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I can't believe the game that interception. I'm still
and this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after one on EA Sports. Faking the give. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right. That's caught at the 25. It's a gain of 35. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Watson. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they're going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. To throw is Watson. And that is
my God! You got me.
And on 4th down,
that was so Garrett age right there.
Saw the contact before the ball.
Garrett fucking age.
For pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
And he'll barrel his way into
Garrett is fucking age, bro.
Touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Feeds good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw.
Press and circle. Press and circle.
He goes down.
Press and circle.
Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Press and
the
circle.
Cowboys going to use their
Press and
second
circle.
timeout now. So as they take it over, we step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
I think Juicy Smouye is a bust.
The 35-yard line.
He had a window there, and he just threw it.
Like, an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Got an open man.
Like, why are you just standing there? You see a dude running over there. You're just going to stand and let him run in front of you. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
30 yards, 29 officially.
I don't get that shit.
Now Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Got you, Dustin.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Thanks, Matt. I'll take it.
Those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. After the penalty, it's Elliott. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. 24 yards. The pickup there, and also a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones.
Oh, my God.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll run it with Jones.
Come back
and he gets
in, man.
halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run past
pressing the button. He won't pass it.
And he goes down.
Won't pass it.
They'll use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under
that
a
was
minute to go
Gator
before half. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Oh, my God.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy.
To the pencil. And those last for a long time, no doubt.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
What are you doing? Catch that
it's
shit.
It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of it. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
He almost got that shit.
Incomplete. 1 second left to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll throw now on the final play. He sets up the screen to Jones. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Word.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see
what kind of blocking are you guys doing, man?
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch
he was coming with that blitz, Ryan.
First down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination.
Oh, my
guys
God.
who know how to control
He
their
just know how to
bodies
speed
when
him,
they run
man.
their routes.
I had
McCain
some.
here, the one who brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And that is
Press the wrong button. Triangle. Wide the fuck
open.
open.
Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop the throw.
Catch the fucking ball! Damn it!
So coming up
Come on,
empty
man.
to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores
Why would he do
down.
that
Gotta be
animation
careful.
right there?
Notice
Just catch the fucking
the
ball!
defense patted the quarterback on the
My
helmet.
God, this game is
Pretty much letting them know,
acts
we
like
know the
big-ass
pressure's on
faggots.
us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
And the kick's away. As
That was stupid, dude. Why would you catch the ball like,
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted.
The wrong
Spotted at the
animation was the
14-yard
wrong
line.
goddamn time.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's crossing. He's checking.
Throwing again is Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
That should be a safety.
Right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming. Mike, 55. Right there, 55.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Move. 4 down.
He'll drop to throw. And, he took that in
With the one hand. Like, give me that shit. What the fuck, what, you punk? I get one hand on you, nigga.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. They'll try to run it in with Elliott.
Come on, Z. Get your motherfucking ass in there.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
We got 3.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run
Come
pass
on,
option.
God!
The tight end making the catch. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense. You can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
This is taken at the 3.
Ah, what a bitch. I'm going down to the ground. What's up with that, Ryan? Get you some balls, bro.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now.
Stop doing crossers, dude.
Move the ball at least a few times.
That's all you're doing is crossers.
First downs and hopefully flip the field.
What a cheater, bro.
Build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Watson throwing again.
What are you fucking doing? Come on, cornerback! Are you fucking kidding me?
Going out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson.
And he's just catching. This is some bullshit, bro. This is scared and AIDS. I swear to God, this is scared and AIDS.
NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
To his left.
Thank you.
Fires one that's intercepted.
Give me that goddamn ball.
Off at the 33.
Bullshit, man.
The football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And he's got it.
He's a monster. He's a monster. He's a monster.
On the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not
make you fall on your own, bro.
A 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know, I hate it too, Brian. I hate it too, bro.
But he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Chambers. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson.
Because that heat was coming in on him. That heat.
Backfires.
Bring in the heat.
Defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Way to go, Juicy Smouye. Juicy Smouye.
In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Touchdown.
Yeah. Chappelle Show. Chappelle Show.
37 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term,
how the hell does he take that type of fucking
care
hit?
of the defense take care of the offense? That didn't
Oh
happen.
my gosh, sometimes this game can
It's
piss me
a chance for
fuck
them
up.
to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And
Jones is too tired, man.
Here today,
Can't run him back to back.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Keep feeding.
On 2nd down, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson rolling to his right. And
What the fuck?
Deebo Samuel there to make the grab as they can now tie the game.
That was some bullshit.
That hurt. 2 minutes.
That was so much bullshit. Glad I had a pick.
Final one, and he gets it to go. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a pair here. 21 all the scores. The kicks away.
That was so much bullshit. Okay. Because I need some speed.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
I'll go for that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Looking to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it down the right sideline, but out of bounds.
You got to be kidding me!
And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, yeah. 1 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Chambers. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
What to say,
so
man?
A decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it.
I didn't
when people
fucking...
celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to advance to the divisional round. And the
you son of a bitch. Good game, Ryan.
And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our hardworking
I can't believe he got that one test, though, man. That's the one I really pissed me